You're listening to 419 Education and Training Need to Connect podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Need to Connect podcast. I am your host, Devonna Willis, the founder of the Black Massage Therapist Conference, and today we have Niko Clark. Say hey, Niko.
How you doing, everybody? I'm Niko Clark.
So what we're going to start with is first little housekeeping. Okay, little housekeeping. So I'm rocking my I Am Black History shirt, and see, and on the back it says Black Massage Therapist. Okay, so we have those shirts available. I have long sleeves today, but we have it in short sleeves. We have different colors. We have tank tops, and we have some other shirts that's listed as well. If you haven't already registered, please register for the conference. We have payment plans. You can either do it through our monthly one, or you could do it through Afterpay or Klarna. So please register. We're excited about the VIP dinner. So we're going to be all dressed up and all nice and clean cut. And we have a good DJ, the 360 photo booth. I'm going to add this year a little fan that boots. What's that? The boots and the fan? Boots on the ground. We're going to do that. I got to learn it. I have to learn the dance because I will be doing the boots on the ground. So we got some fans. So we're going to have a good time. So register for the conference. All right. Now on to Nico. Do you want me to call you Nicole or Niko? What you want the people to know you as?
Well, it's pronounced Niko, so it's Nicole without the L-E.
Oh,
so
Nicole without the L-E.
Yes, no L's here.
Okay. So I'm in Arizona. Tell everybody where you are located.
I am in Georgia right now. So Warner Robins next to the base. It's a beautiful day out today. And so I'm excited to get started with you.
Yay. So welcome. So this is your first year.
Yes.
And so finally we've been trying to get you to attend and teach. And so tell everybody about your background first before we get into all the good things and how we met. Tell everyone about your background and how you came into massage therapy in the industry.
It's a funny story, in my opinion, because I thought I was going to be a volleyball coach and go coach a South African Olympic team. That's what I wanted to do.
Oh, for real?
Yes, that was what I was doing.
Like South African?
That's what I wanted to do. I made it to the collegiate level. I started coaching in high school. I coached in the military. And that was my dream. I'm like, yes, it's a good dream, God. Let's go get that. That's not what happened.
No, what happened?
I became a minister.
Okay.
And then I was massaging and volunteering to massage my godfather's dad. He had gotten a little bit elderly.
Okay.
I was just going to wash his feet and things like that. I didn't know about massage. And he said, girl, you need to go get paid to do this.
Oh.
And I said, oh, no. I still have my plan.
Right. Okay, wait a minute. So you went to his house as a minister. Were you supposed to pray over him? Were you being like Jesus washing the disciples' feet? Is that what happened?
That's all I was trying to do.
Okay.
Just visit him. He had poured so much good knowledge of the Bible, and my Bible was highlighted up from this man.
Okay.
So I was honoring him in that way. And that's what happened. So I guess I should have went into reflexology first.
He said, girl. So he was country.
He said, girl.
So all right, so okay, he said it, but that's not like you like. Did you look into it right afterwards? What happened?
No, God was chasing after me. It must have been because my friend
Ah,
Ronnie was going to go to Connecticut Center for Massage Therapy and visit their campus. And she
okay.
asked me to go. I'm like, I am not going over there. Like, I had no intention of becoming a massage therapist. But I eventually went. I said, I'll go be your buddy. And so I went with her. They had their shoes off. They was walking around with music and chimes, and the waterfall was going, and they looked so happy and peaceful. And so I was like, okay. It gave me a little check mark, but I still wasn't convinced.
Right.
So then Laura started calling me day after day after day. I'm like, stop bothering me. I'm not coming. And God was like, obviously you're going. And I ended up signing up, went for 2 years, and here I am.
What year was that?
2012. I went in 2012.
2012.
Yeah, it was a 2-year program back then. So I went part-time.
Where?
Connecticut Center for Massage Therapy.
Were you in Connecticut then, or?
I was. I lived there for 26 years.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And they had a 2-year program?
They did. They did. And I wanted that one because it had more of the sciences in there, even though I didn't like science.
Right. I mean, who does?
I do now.
I mean, a little bit, but did you have, okay, because that was specifically massage. Like for me, I had to go to, when I went to school, high school, let's just say high school, I went to a fashion high school.
I can see it.
And so, I was fashion merchandising, so buying, like, I had the eye, like buying the things, having the eye for the, and so I didn't pay attention to nothing about science. I'm like, who's going to need this for what? Like, why do I need this, right? And so I went into like the physical therapy side of things first. I went into athletic training, and I had to major. My first 2 years out of junior college was science. And I'm like, whose joke? Who's playing this mean joke? Because this was not part of the plan at all, right? So I get it when you said science, but now, of course, I love A&P and kinesiology, but still chemistry, physics, nope. Did you have to take that?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay, good. Okay, yeah. So those, okay, yeah. So all of that, yeah, that, because it's still in the health, but just the random chemistry and physics and all that nonsense was terrible. All right, so that was a 2-year program. So Connecticut, how many hours was the school?
It ended up being 720 hours total.
Because it was part-time? You were part-time?
Part-time.
Okay.
But I was a tutor and a TA there towards the end.
Okay.
Not turning my homework in so I could stay on, because I fell in love with it by then.
Got it. Okay, so how long? All right, so after you went through the 2-year program, so now we're 2014?
You were 2014, May.
All right, so what's the plan? What's next?
Well, like I said, I didn't turn my homework in because I didn't want to leave the campus. I had become integrated and
you want to be a permanent student?
I was going to be a permanent plant or something. So I didn't turn in my last assignment. And my good teacher, Jill D. Palermo, that was her name. She said, Nicole, turn in your assignment. You could become a TA. And so I did. To the car, I grabbed it, and I said, here. And so they let me be.
While you went to school, did you do anything volleyball related?
I was playing volleyball. I still play volleyball. I'm going to go play tonight after we get done with our podcast.
Okay.
I have a tournament on May 10th. Yes, I'm still playing. I have to still play.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So you were still playing while you was in massage school?
Yes, and broke my little pinky on the right hand with my right hand itself. But that's all right. That's another story.
During massage school?
Oh, yeah, I had a cast on going to school.
You couldn't even do the forearm massage.
You don't get this cast on you.
So you became ambidextrous because you had to learn how to do stuff with that left hand.
I really did. And I write with my left hand and everything.
Do you?
I tell my clients to do that as well.
So listen, Nicole, so I'm happy you said that, right? Because I teach lymphatic drainage massage, right? And in this, it's called free the flow technique. It's a different technique, but you have to be ambidextrous. So when I'm teaching them, you could, it's so funny. I'm like, you guys, because that left hand for those right, whatever your dominant hand, that opposite hand wants to go for the right. And I'm like, no, that hand also needs to be doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
You have to become ambidextrous doing this work. You can't just rely on your more dominant hand. Hello, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share our 419 Education and Training Need to Connect podcast. That's interesting.
Yes. It makes a difference, brain-wise, meridian-wise, everything-wise, in my opinion.
Right. Okay, so now I'm all in. So now you become a TA. So here's the story. So you're a TA there, and now what?
I was getting C's at first in science, and that was my only low grade. Besides the B I got, and I was mad at her. But they told me to teach the sciences so that I could become more familiar with it and make it more of a practice, because they saw something in me as far as teaching later. I didn't know that then. I thought I was going to teach the energetic techniques, because I asked God if it was okay. He said, I made everything. People make things bad.
Right. So like Reiki?
All of them, the universal light, anything that had to do with laying on of hands, polarity therapy.
Polarity. I forgot about polarity.
Oh, I love polarity.
I don't hear people talk about polarity.
Because he gone probably, but he was so phenomenal in his youth and even into his old age. He only ate like an apple a day. He had lines out the door, and he just integrated God into his practice. And that's why I also wanted to follow that what he was doing. He's very interesting. He took it to the medical field first.
Do people still teach polarity?
They do. They have a school. Yes, they do.
Okay, because I'm on the Facebook, so I'll be seeing all the other CE classes as I advertise mine, and that's one I don't see. Right.
We don't see Dr. Fremer's technique either. I feel like we don't see the schools. We see CEs.
Right.
But they're more advanced, and you have to go to school for 2 years. You don't.
You don't see that.
Right.
Okay. All right. So continue. I'm all in.
I want to know about you too. I feel like I'm talking a lot.
No,
so
it's about you. I'll throw my stuff in between, but yes, this is about you.
Okay. Yeah. So I was hired. One of my mentors, Rich Bennett, he stepped down so that I could become a teacher of the Energetic Foundations class. And so I was teaching acupressure.
Okay.
For everyone. And I loved acupressure, but nobody else really did.
Right.
I gotta love it. And so I would put things on the board. There was charts, and I would have games and stuff. And everyone wanted to take acupressure. And I was still teaching sciences on the side.
Right.
And availability came open to teach anatomy and physiology. And Tracy trained me to do that. And after she did, again, I was all in with the boards and everything. Because, writing on the boards back then.
Oh, yeah.
There was none of this other stuff. But I loved anatomy and physiology so much that I started to think about it and write about it, and have my students think about it and write about it, and how if you could draw the map of the inside and make it centripetal and make it from origin to insertion, then what else can the body do? If this layer, what else is inside of the body that God gave us to make? And I did talk God shop. They knew it. You know what you're getting now. I'm not
sugarcoating this.
I'm gonna tell them about him. Y'all know I'm a minister. Okay. We ain't gonna talk about that because I was not a good minister, still out there in the streets.
Oh, okay. He had to bring you back in.
Had to wear yes sometimes, but it was great. Anatomy and physiology took me to the WNBA, where I worked with Connecticut Sun for about 7 years, and that was a phenomenal experience.
Nice.
She really took me under her wing and just let me flourish.
I love that. I love it. My silly self, because you said you want to get to know me. So, coming from New York, I'm a hip hop head, especially old school hip hop head. So when you say you were struggling, you was a minister, but you was still out in these streets, I immediately thought about DMX.
Ooh,
Because if you know anything about God rest his soul,
I love that man though.
I used to love, that was my dude. Like, I loved him. I met him and everything. But anyway, his records, he always had prayers in the beginning and at the end, and then he called, and you gotta, I'm slipping, I'm falling. Right? Like, he was the struggle. But he had a heart for God. So that's how I think. So you want to get a chance to know me, those are some of the things that comes to mind. Like, I'll associate something real quick with like a rap lyric or a gospel song, so that's me.
Mix it up.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. So that's me. So, all right. So
gotta throw some DMX in at the party then.
Unless it's just party up, because we got to keep it real PG. Real PG. Some of the stuff I can't hear anymore. I'm like, ooh, okay. My heart's changed, since back in the day.
Got some censors on some stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, we could do party up. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. Okay.
I like you.
Oh, thank you. I think I'm cool. I think I'm a cool person. But okay, so you were working with the WNBA. Did you have your own practice as well at the time?
I did. My godfather, the same godfather, he allowed me to work out of his little place that he had for free. I just paid my tithes and offerings, and I actually had somebody volunteering to work with me that took my clients. They did the calendar, did my sheets and everything. God really, really blessed me those first 5 years while I was trying to get my footing.
Right.
They bought me everything. I mean, I still owe them. Every time they ask me for something, I'm right there.
Right. That's a blessing. That was really like, God was like, I got you. This is what you were supposed to be doing, not off in South Africa somewhere playing volleyball, coaching volleyball. But you know why you was a good instructor and teacher? Because you coached. That's what coaching is.
That's true. He was setting me up. He was setting me up. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what coaching is. It's instruction. You guiding them the right way. But now he wanted you to go this way.
Yes.
Because you got the healing hands. I love that. All right. So how did you when did you leave Connecticut to get to Georgia?
I left in November 2019. November 14th.
Right before the panty.
Yes. I had met someone beautiful, and they were not into long distance relationships. So she said, I'm not doing this. And I said, okay. And then God said, if I stayed in Connecticut any longer, I would die. Now, I didn't know whether he meant physical or spiritual or not have him in my life, but I just didn't want to find out. I was trying to leave for 15 years prior to that, but he never let me go.
Okay.
He said, for you, not yet. He would always be very clear. But when I was getting in my Toyota that day, he said, if you stay here any longer, you're going to die. I said, oh, Jesus. That was October. And I was gone that next month, moving to Georgia. And Atlanta Dream had hired me. Actually, Nikki had hired me to become a first therapist.
Right.
And pandemic happened. So Connecticut Sun rehired me to go to Bradenton, Florida with them. So I worked another year with them even after I left.
Okay.
My family lives here. Everybody, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, my auntie, my wife, my son now has moved here with me as well. The one that has the birthday in October.
Yes. Yeah, to the conference.
He wants to come when I go. I'm like,
He could be a TA.
we're gonna see.
So I just have so many questions. So you went down to Florida,
Yes.
right? You was down there for how long?
We left in May and we made it to the championships or the semifinals, quarterfinals. And so we were there until October. And so I
Oh,
missed,
wow.
we were in a really,
The
really tight,
bubble. You was in the bubble.
we're in the wobble. We called it the wobble because we were women.
Yeah.
And we was wobbling.
Yes, I remembered about that because I had some friends as athletic trainers that was in there.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute, who are your friends? I know some friends.
That's athletic trainers.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking.
You know Natalie Trotter from Atlanta Dream?
I know of her. It's
Okay.
a small, yeah, I know of her. I don't know her personally.
Yeah.
Because to go back, so let me not say friends, let me say colleagues. So to go
Okay.
back, so what happened was during the pandemic, I started the Black Massage Therapist Facebook group.
Okay.
But right before then, I was invited to it's called, what is it called? The Think Tank. And it's for minority athletic trainers, but majority was Black. So there's other races in there. And I'm like, for 20 years, I've always been like the only woman, Black athletic trainer in the, and to know there was a whole group of Black athletic trainers, that was mind blowing. So this is before I started the group. And so being in that group, people was talking about being in the bubble. Does that make sense? So I was taking pictures and so I felt like I was like, and I'm, showing my husband like, look at what's happening. Like, so it was just crazy. So that's what it was. Not necessarily friends, but colleagues in that group we were showing what was going on and how, they was literally on lockdown.
Really, really. And you become friends. I mean, we had to all
for sure.
Be friends because
May to October, that's a long time.
It was a long time. And you almost kind of get conditioned to the freedom that we had there because there was no cases. We were all like free from outside influence.
Right.
We had our own food, our own gym. We just had our own little private safety. That's what it felt like.
Right.
I got home, I was like, what is going on?
out here in the streets now.
But yeah, it was very interesting and I love it and I would do it again.
Okay. No, I think that would be a great experience. And, like you said, just meeting different people, different industries. So you're making friends with athletic trainers and, the massage therapists. There was chiros there. There was, sports doctors there. Yeah, for sure. It's like a community of healthcare providers along with the athletes.
Yes. And there was a lot of us.
Yeah, good. You can say it. A lot of Black folks up in there.
That was doctors and all. I'm like, yes.
It's a different feeling. And this is what like the conference feels like, right? When you're in a space with all Black massage therapists. It's different. It's different. I can't describe it. Like when you go and you'll feel it. It's just a sense of pride and love and support. And it's like, I see you without even have to say anything.
Yes.
Right? Does that make sense? So yeah.
I'm excited about that. I'm so excited about to get into the culture of people that look like us and talk like us and are like us and do this kind of work.
Right.
Like it's very, because we stretched out here. You said 8%. I listened to you. A little over 8%. That's not a lot.
No. Thank you. A little bit over.
here because
Right.
Georgia has a lot.
Right,
So,
and and those are those pockets, right?
mhm,
It's pockets. It's not across the country.
nope,
It's not across the world. There's
right.
pockets. Like we have therapists coming down from Canada.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So we've
Okay.
had some Canadians come down. Actually, two
Mhm.
of our instructors are Canadian. So they're coming down, Mark and Danielle. And then we
Okay.
have some other therapists they kind of recruited and they came down. And so then you have like we had a therapist coming all the way from Alaska.
Oh wow.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. When sometimes I get a little bit frustrated when, therapists that's in Georgia like, well, I see a lot of us. It's like because of that pocket.
That's
But
true.
but in reality, it's not like that. Like it's a
Right.
pocket in Georgia or even maybe in North Carolina and then maybe some pockets in the South. But it's a pocket, but not across the
Uh,
country.
right.
Right?
Right.
I didn't know I was known as the only black massage therapist for a very long time, especially in the little town I had my office in.
Arizona.
Yes. Like honestly, so when we moved to Arizona and Phoenix, when we moved from New York to Arizona, overall, black folks in Arizona and let me just say Phoenix because Arizona, we were like 1 or 2% in this. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Now it's more because folks is coming out here from the Midwest. These Chicago's folks is out here. These Michigan folks is out here now. And then California folks is coming out because California is so expensive, so they coming out here. So we don't have that many people from the East Coast. There's be pockets of us like, oh, what? You from New York or you from Florida, something like that. But mostly Midwest and then Californians. So talking about a pocket of black people, and then if you get in specifically in an industry like massage, it wasn't that many of us. And
Mhm.
I would actually had a couple of black therapists work for me, and that was like a phenom. Because they would find me and found out that they would email me, hey, do you have openings? Or one girl who started with me, she was like, I was like 6 or 7 months in, and I was like, I was starting to get busy. She was actually going to my church, and her and my husband were both ushers. Talking about the church, they were both ushers. And he was like, she's a massage therapist. I was like, she is. I said, girl, you want to help? I need some help. So that's how that happened. But yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you had two in one place or three in one place?
So when I first started, I started subletting from an esthetician because I had a baby and I didn't know what I was doing. So I was just starting a
Okay.
business. And then as I was
Uh,
growing, I moved to like a wellness center and it was all these different therapists. And
okay.
so we had this one room, but we all like kind of shared the lobby, all of that. But the thing is,
Oh,
I was getting overbooked, and people wanted to come, and I'm like, the capacity, I couldn't do it, and so I was looking for some help, and
okay.
so my husband knowing that, and then him talking to Tika at the time, it was like she was going to ASU. And so she was part time. So yeah, and it just worked out. So say if I worked on Wednesday, Friday or something. So she worked on Tuesday, Thursday, right? Because we
Okay.
only had that one room. And then when we both was getting too busy, then I had to look for a room. So we had multiple rooms so we both could work simultaneously. And then the business just grow and grow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how
So that
that
was
started.
okay. Really big and had multiple therapists. And
Yeah, so I had about five. I had five at my biggest. I had five therapists working for me, which
how
was a
was
lot.
how was that?
A lot.
It, so I'm asking because
It was a
if I
lot.
want to expand,
It was good, but I didn't realize as a business owner and managing different people, different personalities, different backgrounds, it becomes a lot. You feel like you're a mother.
oh Yeah.
And you go through ebbs and flows and just trying to figure out, starting with independent contractors, then employees, then back to ICs. And for me, I like the consistency. So for instance, lymphatic drainage is my specialty, right?
Yes.
So I would teach, and it wasn't the Vada technique. I learned the Vada technique in school, but I learned that just didn't sit well with me. It wasn't something that I like doing. And so I learned a new technique called Free the Flow by my mentor. Her name is Marsha. She developed this. And that's what I teach now. She licensed me to teach it. And so I teach her technique. It's called Free the Flow. Now, I had taught my whole staff the Free the Flow technique because I wanted consistency.
Yes.
So if you're out, I'll have Donna come, and you're not missing anything. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I had a contract with a cancer treatment center, and we were in 5 of their locations.
Oh my gosh.
And still had our regular location. So when I talk about consistency, so that's why I had employees, because obviously as an IC, you could do whatever you want. Nope, I wanted everybody dressed a certain way. It was a uniform. We all had scrubs. And it's just, this is how I built my business to be.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Nowadays, a lot of people want ICs. And yeah, I went back to that at one point, but we were consistent because I wanted, when you heard Blue Skies Massage Clinic or Massage and Wellness Center, there was a certain respect there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so when I did hire a lady that came from California, and she was doing Vada, and I said, that's great. You can have some of that in there, but are you open to learning this technique? Because this is what we do. To get the job, she said yes. And we taught her. But in reality, she wasn't doing what we were doing. And I found out, because you're going to find out.
Yeah.
I found out because she was out one day, and so one of the other therapists had to sub for her. And that patient did not want to go back to her. And said, I like what this therapist is doing because I didn't like what that other therapist was doing. And so when we asked what was the difference, the front desk person, because I had a front desk person too at the time. So I was like, I had people, people talk. So she said, and so I was like, so when it came back to me, I knew exactly what she was doing. And like I said, I'm not saying it's not bad. And I said, you can add some elements of it, but it seemed like her whole session was that and not of the Free the Flow. And so she was also having problems in retention. And then she would bring our pricing. And I'm like, our pricing wasn't a problem before you came. Okay. So people come for the person, the personality, right? Who you are. They come from your technique and your education. That's why people keep coming. Right. And so there was a lack of 2 out of the 3. And so she had to go. And that was the end of that. She was very short-lived. So you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
That's a good lesson.
Right?
So,
it's a good lesson.
Like consistency across the board.
And that was for my business. That's how I wanted to run it. Everybody's different, right? People don't want to pay taxes, but they're saying you need to work these days and this hour, but you don't want to hire them as an employee. You treating them one. So it's two heads of the coin, right? So you want to treat them as an employee, but you want to pay them IC. And then on the flip side, you want therapists who want to be treated like an IC, but have employee benefits.
You like, don't get me started.
Right. Right. So
Okay.
it goes both ways. So everybody needs to be consistent with what they want across the board.
Okay.
Right?
I like it. So how did 419 then come?
Look at you interviewing me. It's not about me.
No. Okay,
It's
come on.
about you. It's about you. We're gonna go back to you, and then I'll tell you about 419 after that. But
Okay.
so now you're finished in the bubble. You come back
Yeah.
up to Atlanta or
Yes.
Georgia,
Georgia, yeah.
and so now what?
Now it's time to go to At Ease Therapeutic Massage, where they wanted to hire me too they were trying to get me here from Connecticut.
Okay.
Time to get married, time to build our house, time to get our two doodles.
Okay.
And so I was freelancing at first with teams that would come in and to Atlanta and play.
Okay.
And then, traveling, because it's about an hour and 45 minutes with that traffic, trying to get from where I live to where they were.
Ooh.
And
One way?
one way.
Ooh.
One way. And so the last team that I worked on was Phoenix, and it was such a good. Diana Taurasi was amazing. Yeah. Tina Charles. I mean, it was a special, really sessions. But I knew at the game the next day, I said, I guess that was it. That was my last time doing this, traveling this far for this amount of time. And so I said, I'm going to invest in At Ease. And I almost bought into their company. And God was like, do not settle.
Oh.
But it's nice over here. We got the Himalayan salt room.
Right, nice. Oh, they had that? Nice.
Got the jacuzzi, beachy shower, all the things that I wanted in my own space. And so I had asked to bring it. My mom wanted it. And so we got all those things. And God, when I was going to go sign papers, I even met with the owner. He's like, not for you. So I'm like, am I going to leave them with all these bills because they just got all this stuff in here? And I didn't want to do that. So I stayed on for another 2 years.
Okay.
Try to recoup all of the things that they got. Because I had a pretty good following with me in their business.
Okay.
We're still very close. Like, they got me this beautiful balloon over here for my grand opening.
Oh, okay. I can see it.
Yeah. They're amazing people, and they're my family. When God said the Yahweh, that's their way, not my way. And if you're going to build it my way, we can't go into someone else's and do our dream, our thing, not how I designed it. And so he would not let me settle even in other locations. And so I eventually left At Ease November. I guess November is doing stuff. November 2024. I had my last client days. I finished out the year with the clients. I'd put nobody else on. And I thought we were going to open here on 111. But again, God didn't let me settle in any place until we found this place. And so I've been here since April 3rd.
It looks beautiful. How many square footage?
Yeah, we have 1,200 square feet. So this is our first. I know. Yes, our first. I have my massage room. Our opening space will teach some sacred surrender, stretching in here, and I'll teach some classrooms and some CEs out of here. So this is like a micro version of what God showed me in our 5-story. And we start here, and hopefully every year we'll build out for the next 10 years, other yielding branches. And that's our plan. So how do you say this young man's name? Austria or?
Austria, Compton.
Oh my goodness, the way that he's teaching. So I was following Dave Ramsey's method too. But after listening to him, he said, that's not for everybody. It's for clientele. I was like, I listened to that thing 5 times.
Isn't he amazing?
Coming because
he's coming. He's gonna be on this again.
Okay, Lord have mercy.
He's family now. So he's been helping us out too. So trust and believe.
Now that's a different kind of teaching. I really enjoyed that.
I'm so happy that blessed you, and that's why I was leading people back to it. I was like, people are saying their budget. I'm like, you have to listen to. Just listen to it.
listen to it.
That's all I'm saying. Just listen to it. So I'm going to do another podcast episode with him.
Yes.
So yes, because it's always something new. It's always something new. So tell us a little bit about what you're going to be teaching at the conference. I know this year it's only going to be 2 hours, and we'll get you your 4 hours. But this year, what you going to introduce, because you also want to have them come to your facility, right?
Wow.
For the full class. So this is an intro.
You are just you know stuff. You know stuff. I thank you for the plug. So it's called dual appendage massage. So we're going to master the complexities of the shoulder and the hip. How this came about, it came out of my book, What the Frick is Wrong with My Hip? And God told me, as above, so below. And I'm like, what are you talking about? As above, so below. Everything that he made had a counterpart. And when we learned about the deltoids and the glute med doing the same thing in school, I'm like, okay, that's neat. You know, that's going to the greater trochanter. This is going to the deltoid tuberosity. They do basically the same actions. That's cool. He said, look a little bit further. And I said, okay, well, the biceps are obviously the quads. I've thought that they were the quads for about 2 years, but they're actually the hamstrings, because the knee and the elbow are the same. This is your tibialis anterior, and this, you know, your gastrocs and your stuff. And he just started feeding me this knowledge. And then he said, treat them simultaneously. And I'm going to show you where the threads are. So I started to find adhesions in the same exact locations of the biceps would have something in them, and so would the hamstring. On that lateral, that biceps femoris and the biceps brachii, they would have the same kind of cords in them. In the world are you showing me? And so I started to do them simultaneously. It does take a little bit of body mechanics. You see, I'm excited. I'm speeding up.
I know. I love it. I'm like, you got me. I'm a science, I'm a nerd. So go ahead, hit me.
Yes. He started to teach me how the body really was set forth. And so even to the xiphoid process and the coccyx, he showed me the inside, outside. And when I began to treat them again simultaneously, it would heal faster and the results would last longer. So from there, he started to show me about, because I couldn't figure out the traps, the trapezius, because it's a triangular muscle. I'm like, Lord, this is the biggest thing that we got. What? There was no other triangular muscles. I'm like, yes, there is. But ain't nobody treating it unless you go get special schooling for it, because it's your pelvic floor muscles. So, right. So I can't even teach that part in our 2 hour course. And
this is good. I'm like, let me sit in there.
Right.
I'll be running around like a crazy person, like a chicken with head cut off. But I love that.
So that's what it's about.
Okay.
Of what we're going to teach about. And
all right, that's a teaser. All right. So you guys better check out Nicole's course, because I'm interested in seeing. I want to go in there, so I'm definitely gonna be peeking in there for sure. I love that. I want to take. So, how long is the full course?
The full course is 12 hours. So that's 12. Good. Yes. So sometimes I do it in 1 day. Sometimes I do it in 2 days, depending on what people
do. A whole course in.
We do 8 to 8, honey.
Do y'all?
People do it. People do
to get it out the way, huh?
Out and in the way.
Wow.
People do it. So
as an instructor, my brain will be on fire.
Yes.
I have to break my 12 days. I break them up in 2. I just, because.
Yeah. Me too. I would want that. But other people, they.
Okay.
Just
all right.
like
so
that.
It's a full 12-hour course.
It is.
All right. So this is a plug for it, because you introduce it, and then these are the days that I teach the full class.
Yes.
I'm all about that. We got to support each other, right?
I appreciate it. I really do.
Absolutely. So let's wind down a little bit. So is there any resource, I like to always end with this, is there any resources that you would tell a therapist that they should look into something that you like, whether it's business, whether it's, in the medical massage world?
Yeah, I would say go and I like Dr. Randolph Stone, or Rudolph Stone. It's a little bit convoluted, but if you can follow it, he mixes the faith. You have it on the back of your background. He mixes the faith, hope, love, dreams, and he mixes the sciences, and he mixes God, and he mixes it all together. And he puts God at the forefront and says what it really is. About the rivers and how the rivers are related to our bodies. He talks about how poles can get misaligned because of trauma. He goes and he puts you back in the fetal position, how you were in your mother's womb. He just speaks my language, I feel like, and he could speak to a lot of us. And I feel like he's been forgotten or put on the shelf somewhere. And want to bring him forward. I highly recommend. It's just called Polarity Therapy, and it's Dr. Randolph Stone. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that, and thank you so much for being on the podcast, being an instructor. And this year, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about your class. And so, everyone, please like, subscribe, and share this podcast. And thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you.
Hello, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, check out our next podcast episode. See you later. Bye.